Hey team, how's it going? This is Ale reporting after week one at Gauntlet AI. All I have to say so far is that the experience has been incredible from the instructors to the course material to the actual cohort. I find myself so, glad and just excited to be surrounded by everyone in this course. It's everyone is incredibly supportive and collaborative and yeah, this is the place to be in for sure. I wanted to do a quick update on my Miro board clone and AI enabled Miro board clone and just walk you through my development process and how I got to where I'm at. And yeah, this is just a quick demo of the application. If you ever feel like you want to give it a shot, please be my guest. It's fully implemented in production and it's got authentication, so you can go ahead and create your own account and take it for a spin. But as of right now, when we got started and I created the MVP, we had a very bare bones application, right? We had some authentication, some deployment, Supabase and Vercel combo, and that allowed us to, just add and manipulate basic objects within the canvas. But that was about it. So the next 5 days or so were about not just getting the functionality and performance of the application up a couple of notches, but integrating AI into the application to go out and carry out tasks for us. So, in terms of the way these next phases were structured, I would say that phase one was functionality, getting the application to a place where it felt more like a production application like Miro, adding a toolbar, adding different utilities that allow users to move around the application and add and edit objects. The second phase of the project was focused on performance. We had a good enough experience. Users were able to not log in, but create their own canvases and collaborate with each other, adding and removing objects from boards. But the performance was very limited in terms of the speed, right? I would run into a lot of issues with zooming in and out of projects and with handling lots of different objects. Like, let's say if I added 1,000 sticky notes in the board, it would just take like a very long time to create those sticky notes, and then the app would become very laggy. So that required a number of performance improvements that we did via, server logic. And the third and most interesting phase of the project was implementing an AI assistant, right? And what do I mean by an AI assistant? A very basic prompt engine that allows us to request for specific objects or specific templates and it adds them to our boards, right? So the AI agent basically, the way it was implemented, has two paths. It's got a deterministic planner for known commands like create a Kanban board, create 50 sticky notes. Basically, the planner matches the intent with widgets and generates the exact tool calls for predetermined templates that are saved within the application. And the second one was the LLM fallback integrated with ChatGPT 4o Mini, where pretty much for everything else, it was like uh, using like the actual inference in AI to carry out tasks, right? So basically, the way that it works is that the command is sent to OpenAI with function calling. The model picks it up and from different tools, and it returns structured tool calls that then get executed. So uh, the way that basically works is tool calls are they basically go through like some sort of HTTP bridge to the WebSocket server, which applies them to the YJS shared document and the same thing path as a manual edit. And yeah, that was the AI component. And pretty much the most interesting part of this project, if you ask me. So the ability to come in here and say, add 1,000 red sticky notes and having it go in there and create 1,000 sticky notes is pretty cool. Uh, we can go back and come in here and say create a SWOT analysis. Create a SWOT analysis. And there's a good chance that it's going to go through the first deterministic path in order to do that. But if we wanted to do something more interesting, maybe let's say create a smiley face with sticky notes. Maybe this will require the second path, the LLM fallback. Um, and I cannot guarantee that'll work, and it kind of didn't. But that is a demo. I think refining both of these paths for user experience is crucial for the experience of the application, particularly the LLM fallback, training it to be able to carry out more complicated tasks. But again, we're just getting started. This project was a lot of fun, not just building a full stack application, which I feel nowadays with AI is not really that complicated, but integrating AI within the application, that's where I really think the opportunity is nowadays. And yeah, it was just really, really cool to be able to do that. So excited for what's coming next.